As of recording this, there is only a week left until the end of MCSR Ranked Season 10. The ending of a season mostly means something to most of the players. For those at the top, it's another round of playoffs where they get to duke it out to decide who's the best current speedrunner. For those somewhere near that level, this is like their chance to finally earn themselves their first playoffs appearance through low chance qualifiers or LCQ. But for many way below that level, this is usually just the last chance to push your limits to see how far you can push your elo. And I'm in that group of people. 7 days left in season 10, and I want to push for Diamond 2. I achieved Diamond 1 really early compared to like what I expected when I first started. So I wanted to start practicing to reach a higher level. So as a result, it's been 45 days since that Diamond rank up game. I have not played rank mostly because of school, but also because I spent more time learning how to zero cycle so that I can start applying them in runs. And around 2 weeks left before the season ends, I've reached a level that is, somewhat acceptable for the time I put in. It's not satisfactory by any means, but it kind of works out by itself. And I would like to try now to use them in real matches to hopefully push for a higher elo than what I have now. Emphasis on try though, because I've been practicing private rooms and not only was my general gameplay just rusty as hell, I'm also just extra nervous to perform zeros when it happens in a real match. Regardless though, I feel like this is just part of the process in improvement. Like I'm going to be nervous in the very beginning, but hopefully over time I just get used to the pressure. And like what you're watching right now is one of those practice runs. This one is a sub 12 with a 0. It's not my most impressive run by any means because the late game is kind of abysmal. You'll see later that my jingle eye zoom messed up. I don't know what happened there, but like you'll see later, for like I think 2 times it happens 2 times where the jingle eye zoom messes up and it like sets my cursor to like my ground view instead of the eye. So now I have to reset and throw another eye, right? But like not only that, for some reason with like my raw input and all of that, whenever I change raw, like when I toggle my raw input, there's just some split seconds where I move my mouse and it moves as if I don't have raw input toggled. So it kind of messes with my measurement and I have to throw another eye. As a result, when you see my eye measure, I basically throw 4 eyes to measure and I lose like 40 seconds. You'll see it later. But yeah. Honestly though, uh once you get to that part of the run, I should really like be transitioning to tool screen after seeing that. Really, like I don't know why I haven't done tool screen, but like honestly, if you look at the background of my video, I changed it again by the way. I don't know. I really like the design, and I feel like it'll be tough switching to tool screen because I don't know if tool screen will allow me to design my background like how it is right now. But I'll probably have to look into it and see if it's actually possible, right? What else can I talk about? Oh yeah, besides the eye zoom being like the time loss in the end game, my stronghold was also scuffed, but that's just bad part of the run because of skill issue and all of that, right? So yeah. And I said this was not my most impressive run, and that's because I actually have a 10:17 private room time. I would honestly use it as the background of this video to showcase my new fastest time, but this 11 minute or sub 12 is much more impressive because of the zero cycle, and you'll see it later. I think it's like 056, so I think a buried like spawn is just much more impressive to show us a zero cycle in the end, right? So I'm using that as the video. On top of that, I think I preferred showing this run because this one was actually live streamed. That's right. I've actually started streaming on Twitch. Ever since I started speedrunning like in Minecraft, like speedrunning Minecraft in 2021, I honestly always wanted to try streaming in Twitch, but back then my laptop could barely handle playing smoothly, let alone recording smoothly. So I don't think it was even possible for me to even consider streaming during that time, right? You like it's just unwatchable, really. If you go to my other channel and see my old 2021 speedruns, right? But now, since returning to MCSR, I've been using a new and better laptop, so the idea was back on the table, basically. But I didn't want to start streaming immediately. Honestly, I wanted to first get into a level that is okay or decent to watch as a viewer. And in my head, it was when I achieved diamond rank. No offense to lower rank players, by the way. This was just a standard I set for myself. I so I basically just agreed I wouldn't start streaming until I hit diamond because I feel like that's somewhat a watchable like level of gameplay for most viewers, right? So yeah. And since achieving diamond, I've been trying to set up for Twitch. It's thankfully not that complicated. Although there are several things I still need to set up. I think I forgot to put the chat overlay in my OBS, and I need to figure out how to set up like bots, like Oshbot or something like that, just for convenience or whatever, right? Honestly, while I wanted to stream already before reaching diamond, the real see, since I've wanted to stream for since like 2021, what really motivated me lately was because of the EG Curryway free for all tournament, basically. And dude, that event was hype as hell. I didn't expect it to be that good because you'd have mix of coal to netherite players, but the mix of ranks generally made it interesting to watch some of the runs, especially when it comes to like underdog like under rank player versus like rank that's like high like diamond and netherite, right? Like those matches are honestly hype because when you see the lower rank somehow getting ahead, you're basically rooting for them as the underdog, and it's low-key hype. I didn't expect it, right? And honestly, just watching the experience, like I really wanted to be a part of it, but one of the requirements to being in the tournament was that you needed to be able to stream your gameplay, and I did not have it at the time. So, after watching the tournament, I was like, dude, I really need to get this streaming setup ready so that, if another free-for-all tournament happens, I really want to join because, maybe I just want to be part of more community events, basically, because they seem really cool, in my opinion, right? So, yeah. On another note, speaking of the free-for-all tournament, when they announced the free-for-all top 16 and I heard one particular name, and I heard the name Outrageous Josh, I had to double take. Like, the Outrageous Josh, because, okay, if you guys didn't know, a few years back, I don't know if all of us were in this back in the pandemic, but like, the speedrunning documentary phase, like, that started exploding in the pandemic, like, summoning salt type YouTubers and whatnot. Particularly, I want to mention like the Rixer, one of I think not if my favorite. Summoning Salt's good. Actually, I kind of like the Rixer's speedrunning documentaries, right? So his videos, I remember watching them a lot back like during 2020 to like 2023, right? And I've watched enough videos to know who Outrageous Josh is as one of the best Jax and Daxter speedrunners. Mind you, I've never played Jack and Daxter or any of the Jack games. I think it's a console game, and I don't play consoles. I've never played consoles. That's just how I consume speedrunning content back in the day. Like, as long as a game had a speedrunning documentary, I would basically just watch it and learn how the game mechanics work and like the player speedrunning history and all that, right? So to hear the name Outrageous Josh, an accomplished speedrunner, be a caliber of a player in Minecraft speedrunning, a PC game, by the way, and somehow topped a free-for-all tournament, it literally had me stun locked. Like I was literally amazed. Like, I had to go confirm first if like that was the real Outrageous Josh, as in like the top Jack and Daxter speedrunner Outrageous Josh, and I just sat there impressed because that's just the gamer gene. Like, if you think about it, right? Of course, they would be a good Minecraft speedrunner. They've done like they've already done this like multiple times. They're a top speedrunner in another game. Of course, like maybe the mentality transfers over to Minecraft speedrunning, right? So, like, of course they can be a good Minecraft speedrunner, and I think it's still impressive. Like, even with the previous experience in mind, like, it's still impressive that he was a diamond underdog who overperformed on the expectation based on his rank. I'm pretty sure was it in the top cut it was him versus Mr. Budgie, and Mr. Budgie was like what, netherite, and like Outrageous Just was like 1500, which like I think most players looking at first glance it's like really like the gap is really big, but if you check his profile it's actually like 1800 peak or something like that. So like it's actually a close match. And I like his rank shown at the time was like, I don't know, him losing elo or whatnot, right? I don't really know. But, the fact that like I know the runner because of watching speedrunning documentaries, and then the fact they were basically the underdog for the entire top cut of the tournament was like such an awesome watching experience. I have I have no words. That was legit peak speedrunning. I don't know why. Right? So watching his runs, you just want to root for him because he's usually the underdog. And then when he made the comeback, you basically just pop off in your own seat, like, he did it, or something like that, right? But yeah, that was just a random story from the free for all. I always wanted to talk about it because like it's such an insane coincidence. Like I know the name from somewhere else. Like it's not even related to Minecraft. Well, it's related to speedrunning, but like not necessarily Minecraft and all that, right? So yeah. Um Besides that, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be pushing for Diamond 2 for like the last week. I've been streaming already for like the past 4 days. Basically just practicing private rooms so that I can de-rust most of my gameplay, and like hopefully it's enough to get some elo and hopefully hit 1650 for Diamond 2. So if by any chance you are watching this and you are interested in watching me live, I guess I will be linking my Twitch on the description from now on. I think I should also link it to my YouTube channel. Yeah. Um, I think when I upload this video, I might be streaming already in a few hours. I don't really know, so maybe you can catch me then. But besides that, yeah, let's talk about the zero. Zero's like 056 buried, and I hit this. I don't practice this, by the way, so don't really know the height. It's a back cage. I don't remember which cage. I think this is tall cage. I think. Let me check. This is tall cage, right? Yeah, this is tall cage, and I basically just default to 90 here because like I think that's pretty much possible with 056. I don't know, by the way. And like I kind of panic here because I don't have the bow in my inventory. I forgot to do that. And then like this first bed was panic, but we somehow made it. And I think this is what, one, two. This is 5 bed, 1 anchor, which is really good for my standards. Honestly, if I think if I timed the first bed correctly, it would have been just a 3+2. But you know, we take what we can get, and I was failing a lot in these private rooms, so like this was like one of the only decent runs ever. So yeah, I guess that's it for the video. I will be linking my Twitch if somehow you're interested in seeing me push for Diamond 2 for the remaining of the season. Go ahead and watch me there. I might be streaming in a few hours or so. So yeah.